guys, isn't it great to have a day off?
Sure is. Seems like all we do is work around here.
Headquarters says the next mission won't be for a while. Looks like we can just kick back and relax.
I wouldn't be too optimistic about that, Sam. I mean, here comes headquarters now.
Hello, agents. I'm afraid your day off has come to an abrupt end. We have a top secret mission that requires your immediate attention.
As special agents, you must act when duty calls and do your part to properly assess the ethics of this city's top businesses. For this reason, I must send one of you to a law firm, one of you to an accounting firm, and one of you to a finance firm to evaluate the ethical practices and policies in place there. Kaylin, you're up first. We are sending you to David J. DeFazio's firm in downtown Pittsburgh. Remember, this is a top secret mission, so be discreet. Brittany, you are going to Grossman, Yannick & Ford, an accounting firm. And Sam, you must also be discreet about going to FI 360.
All right, we will not let you down, boss. We got this. Ready, guys?
Yeah!
Let's go.
Hey, boss.
Hey.
Can I ask you some questions about my case?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, well, obviously I can't tell you my client's name or too many details, but personally, I think what he did was wrong, and I don't feel very comfortable supporting him.
Well, it's good that you're keeping everything confidential, and you shouldn't obviously reveal this information to your friends or family. But you knew that becoming a lawyer would involve you in difficult situations like this, and it's our responsibility to follow the federal laws rather than our own values and morals in our line of work.
So you're saying that even if what he did was unethical and it doesn't break any laws, it's my duty to represent him?
Yes, I am. However, you can act on your own morals towards your client by being loyal and honest with them. It's really important we treat our clients with dignity and respect and always tell them the truth even if it's not what they want to hear.
But what if I tell them that I don't think I can get them to win the case? What if I'm able to get them a lesser sentence, but they decide to find a different lawyer instead?
Well, that's where personal and moral ethics are indeed important. Are you going to tell your client what they just want to hear to make more money, or are you just going to try to get them the best that you can without guaranteeing them what they want to hear?
I see what you mean. It seems as though telling them the truth is more important.
That's one of the most important ethical issues that our lawyers are faced with. Another thing that we're faced with is how we charge our rates towards our clients and earn revenue. I see quite often that lawyers will charge per hour and take more time on the case so that they get more pay. But on the other hand, some people can charge a flat rate and just do the same amount of work for that money.
Well, I definitely don't want to be like that, whether my clients are aware of it or not. But how do I keep people coming to my business if I can't guarantee success?
Well, you have to realize that most people choose their attorneys based on reputation. The lawyers who lie to their clients can't hide it forever, and eventually people are going to catch on to their lies and see that the clients aren't given what they're promised. Instead, word will get around that you always do what is best for your client in every situation, no matter what, and that you'll always fight for the best possible solution. Trust me, it'll pay off.
You make some very good points, but I'm definitely going to take your advice. Thank you so much for talking with me.
No problem. I think it's really important that we have this kind of work environment where you do feel comfortable talking to me with these issues. So just keep that in mind as well.
I'm really glad you feel that way.
It's really no problem. And I'm actually on my lunch break right now. Do you want to join me?
Sure.
Okay, let's go.
Hello?
Hey, wow, that was intense.
What do you mean?
Lawyers have so many ethical issues to deal with, and they have so much pressure.
Really? Please elaborate.
Well, first of all, they have to represent their client no matter what, even if they don't agree with it whatsoever. And they have to stand up for them. And then they have to decide whether or not they want to tell them the truth or just what they want to hear, even if it's not the best of news.
Isn't it a given to tell the truth to clients?
Well, it's not that simple. If they tell their clients the truth and they don't like it, then they might decide to leave that lawyer and find someone else. But attorneys also have to worry about having a good reputation. And if they're not honest, eventually clients will catch on and they won't get business in the long run because they'll all leave and go somewhere else.
Oh, and how is that so?
Well, another main problem that I discovered was lawyers can be very sneaky. they like to change the way they charge and change the amount of hours they have just to make more money on a case.
You're correct. What else did you learn from spying on the law firm?
Well, they could charge per hour and spend hours and hours and make lots of money on it, or they could just charge a flat rate and do it in a short amount of time and still make the same amount of money. So they have to decide how they want to charge so that they don't rip their clients off.
Unbelievable. And to think people fall for that. Well, Agent, you have done very well, and I'm very satisfied with the information that you have provided me with today. You'll hear back from me shortly for your next mission. Good work.
Okay, sounds great. Can't wait.
Mr. Seiler, can I ask you some questions about a current client of mine?
Of course, go ahead.
Well, my client has asked me to pursue uncooking the books. Personally, I feel that what he is asking is wrong and unethical for me to do as an employee. Can you please fill me in on our ethical code of conduct that Grossman and Yantnik and Ford?
Well, yes, we can go over some of the standards here and figure out a solution to this problem. Since you are a new employee, to help keep you up to date on the ethical conduct laws, you have to complete a class every year that will be an hour long to help you in these kind of situations.
Great. Is there any chance I could get a copy of that ethical code of conduct?
Of course, since we are an accounting firm, there are actually many codes of conduct we must follow. The first one is the AICPA, which all accountants must abide by. Then we have another code of conduct within the employee manual, so look for that one. Last, you can look at the quality control manual, which will help you with the quality of your accounting skills and staying ethical.
Great, boss. I'm glad that we have so many ways to make sure we're staying ethical and doing our job correctly.
There are many other different systems that we incorporate here within the firm. Some of those systems might also help with this situation. For instance, our leaders are very ethical and have a high level of integrity, which is our informal system. Also, the partners of the firm are considered the role models of the company. If you need to seek further help and guidance, I am sure they will be willing to step in and give the advice.
This is really helpful to an employee who is unsure of what actions to proceed with in situations like these. Can you give me some more information on how I would handle the situation if it were to escalate and fall on me?
As an employee, you have the duty to perform up to our standards by following our ethics code, but also taking the lead in the right direction. For example, you would have to confront your client about an illegal matter they want you to commit. It is your personal responsibility to ensure that your client is reporting ethically.
This is really interesting how personal responsibility is so important. Do you ever encounter any ethical dilemmas on a regular basis?
Really, the only real routine ethical dilemma is determining how to charge time for working for a client. For example, do you charge for lunch? Technically, you shouldn't because you're not working with the client. This is routine, but an important ethical issue that we face.
Thank you so much for your answers. I really have a good idea of what it's like here.
No problem. I hope you learned a lot about ethics.
Hey boss, they really have an amazing ethics program over at Grossman, Yantnik and Ford.
Hi, Brittany. What do you mean great ethics program?
They have so many different ways of incorporating ethics into their company.
Please elaborate.
They have 3 different sources of ethical codes of conduct.
Wow, it seems like they really know what they're doing over there.
Yeah, it seems like a really ethically productive company to work for. If you need anything else, boss, just let me know. I'll see you soon.
Rainy out there today.
I wish it was sunny.
Yes.
Yes.
It was nice.
I was like actually at the gold show.
Yeah.
Hey Nick, how's it going?
Pretty good. Assisted 3 clients already. I really like what we do here at FI 360. We are thought leaders in the fiduciary standard of care. It's so much fun selling financial services, tools, and training the companies. How's your day, Bree?
Not so good. I'm really conflicted. I saw that a client of ours processed a payment without the discount code that we guarantee. Since I'm in a client-facing role, I feel like I owe it to our client to refund the payment and apply the discount code. But then again, what if that's not what the company wants?
Have you thought about dropping this question into the positive change box?
No, what's that?
Here at FI 360, we have an open communication policy where we are able to gain feedback on questions about whether a certain situation may or may not violate our ethics policy. The positive change box allows us to do this. So you can write on a piece of paper with your question and submit it to the box, where a committee will review these questions and try to implement new policies and answer questions in our quarterly staff meetings.
That's a great idea. I'll definitely do that, but there's something else I've been thinking about lately. I noticed that there might be a flaw in our product. I'm worried that our software won't be able to do what we promise it can do. Since our company is considered a thought leader in the fiduciary standard of care, we must act with honesty and integrity.
Wow, Bree, that's great. You noticed that. You should really bring this up to management. We have made changes to our policies and software in the past. Remember Tibble versus Edison?
Oh yeah, I do remember that. That was when an advisor held his client in an imprudent share class when there was a better option available, right?
Yes, that was the case. It ended up in favor of the plaintiff.
Well, what do we do to improve?
FI360's solution was to create a new report within our offerings to help people define share class imprudence. Basically, we adapted our belief system and made it more transparent for our clients.
That's great. I'm glad it was resolved. After all, our clients are the most important part of our company. FI360 wouldn't work without them.
For sure. I really do admire management and how they handle ethical situations. I definitely believe that prudence needs to come from the top down, because if you have imprudent leadership, the rest of the company will be imprudent as well.
Well said, Nick.
Thanks, Bree. Speaking with you today has me thinking. When I got hired, all I did was sign a packet to prove that I read our ethics policy. I really think that ethics needs to be a bigger conversation in our company. I might just drop that in the suggestion box. Ethical training for new hires would be a great way to educate them about ethics right from the start.
Another great idea. Thanks for the chat.
Anytime. Well, I better get going, so.
Yeah, me too.
Have a nice day.
Thanks.
Wow, FI360 has their act together when it comes to ethics. Headquarters is going to love to hear this. I'm going to FaceTime her now.
Hello, Sam. What do you have to report to me today?
I've learned so much about the unique ethical challenges in the financial service industry. I spied on 2 colleagues who worked in sales for FI360. They spoke about clients, specifically the fine line between processing a customer's payment with or without a discount code. Additionally, they have something called a positive change box. Who came up with that? Where employees can anonymously submit ethical concerns to a committee for review. On top of that, they frequently adjust their policies when ethical changes and concerns rise. For example, after an important financial court case, they revise their policies to give their clients the best service possible relative to industry standards. They really know what they're doing here. However, I did notice that they don't have many ethical training policies in place for new employees. They could definitely use some universal ethics training, since they do consider themselves industry leaders. It's important that all employees are on the same page when it comes to ethics.
Hello, spies. I'm very pleased with your performance on this week's mission. You have done a great job on gathering information on the ethical situations of businesses in Pittsburgh. Sam, you are up first. What is your take on ethics at FI360?
FI360 is very active in participative management. This involves delegating your authority to multiple individuals. This allows you as a manager to get input from others. If you get everyone participating in setting up goals, the odds are that you are going to have a lot less resistance in actually achieving these goals. FI360 truly does this. It's insane. They also upheld a fiduciary relationship with their clients. In a fiduciary relationship, you have a duty to act in good faith and care for this person. The only thing I could say as a suggestion is to improve their ethical training policies with employees.
That's great advice, Sam. Kaylin, what did you find?
Well, I would say that lawyers are pretty aware of the fact that they must be confidential and they can't have conflicts of interest. So I would just give them the advice of knowing their restatements of torts and making sure that they know not to conflict their personal lives in their work environment. They need to build trust with their clients and just make sure that they're trustworthy and they can really build a strong relationship with who they're working with.
Good observations, Kaylin. Brittany, what did you learn from going to Grossman, Yannick & Ford?
Grossman, Yannick & Ford is one of the most ethically aware companies I've ever seen. The only thing I would change about it is that they do 2 hours of ethical training every 2 years, and I would change that to 2 hours every 1 year.
Hello, Mr. President. Our spies have just completed the mission that you requested. I think that you will be very pleased with the final results. Each of our 3 spies found that Pittsburgh companies are very well versed in ethics.